Hello, I'm Terry Furlong, Mayor of North St. Paul, and I'm joined tonight with our City Manager, Scott Dudek. Thank you for joining us for the State of the City update. As you know, 2020 was a year of challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic and the civil unrest in our community impacted everyone and brought new challenges to our businesses and our residents. To those of you who have lost loved ones, who have suffered with the virus, who have lost unemployment due to the pandemic, who have struggled to face the challenges of working and learning remotely, who have experienced loneliness and missed important family and community events, we offer you our condolences and acknowledge that many sacrifices you've made as we all work together and look forward to a return to better days. I want to personally thank the residents who worked tirelessly to organize food drives, made masks to share with the community, donated gifts during the holidays, and who stepped up to help their neighbors. As a city, we work to organize birthday drive-bys with our first responders and world-famous snowman. You are what makes North St. Paul special. You and your actions are what inspire us to work every day for you and your families. I would like to welcome Scott here, and he's going to address our challenges within our City Hall. Scott?
Mayor, thank you very much. Happy to be here this evening with you and to talk about the challenges that we've faced and the support that we've been able to provide our community. I think this shows North St. Paul has always been a very small, close-knit community, and we've stayed strong with everyone in all times, and during this time, it's been no exception to that. With our City Hall, our leadership and staff throughout the city has worked and continued to work through the times when our City Hall and buildings were closed due to COVID. Staff has continued to work both in building and remotely as needed to continue to provide those services through all of our community and public police, fire, public works, electric utility, and administrative duties has continued without missing any service to our residents. We've also taken on a lot of new initiatives that people have had to get used to, including ourselves as staff, with meetings continuing with online Zoom meetings to be able to continue our city council meetings, our commission meetings, and all of the sort to keep the community and residents informed of things going on and continuing with business as much as normal as possible. So we've used the online platform. And as time moves forward, we're continuing that and doing also a hybrid fashion of that as we can come back into in-person meetings.
Thank you, Scott. In November, our residents elected 2 new city council members. We're very excited to welcome Council Member Tim Cole and Council Member Lisa Wong, who were sworn in on January. We look forward to working with both of them in their new roles, along with our veterans, Scott Thorson and Candy Peterson. In addition to our new city council members, we had the opportunity to appoint several new North St. Paul residents to serve on our commissions and authorities. We welcome Arthur Alvarez, Parks and Rec Commission, Eric Brenna, Planning Commission, Andrew Weiss, Planning Commission, Archie Vickerman, Economic Development Authority, Kevin Fuller, Economic Development Authority, and we appreciate their willingness to share their time and talents with our community. As part of that also, Scott, we did when we worked with them through interviewing the other candidates, we had a lot of good candidates that were willing to step up to be part of the Park and Rec, the Planning Commission, and also the Economic Development. So we had a lot of good candidates, which is a good sign that people are willing to step up. Scott, maybe talk a little bit about the city and how it's working.
Yeah, so kind of your comment that you mentioned there, we've always had a good membership of community stepping up and wanting to provide help or assistance where need to be throughout the community, and this is no different with staff and community throughout. So myself as city manager, among another 50 plus employees, full-time or part-time, continued working day to day whether it be during this COVID time or without that. Very proud to deliver the services that we do to our community and residents and their assistance in volunteer groups and commissions to help provide the best we can for our community. We've moved on to many new applications to continue to provide services during the COVID in these times, but I think it's also, to some degree, forced us to make improvements that will better us in the future. We've taken a lot of steps to update our website, to allow access for residents 24 hours a day, to be better informed and keeping up with all the activities in the city, along with applying for building permits or applications for utility accounts or renting park facilities and the like. Just making things much more accessible and user-friendly. It's not always that a resident has the availability to come to City Hall to apply for a permit or something between 8 and 4:30. This gives everyone the opportunity to do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we're really proud of that and looking forward to continuing those services and improving our activities. We continue with our weekly news and events. That's sent out on a weekly basis through our electronic newsletters, trying to take advantage of those savings. Instead of doing direct mailings as we've done in the past, we're able to send out weekly newsletters and keep information very up to date and current in that method. We encourage people to log onto the website, sign up for their account, either email or text messages to be able to receive that information on a regular basis. We've also invested other platforms for not only online, but as I mentioned, for these online accounts, OpenGov, and updating some of our software that was 20 years old. So we've really taken a step forward with these activities. Moving on with this fall or this winter, we had our first annual holiday light contest, and was very well received. It's something that we're looking forward to do on an annual basis and really having the involvement of the community. Mayor, I know you were involved with that and part of the judging and looking at things. It was really a fun event and something that we put together with a recommendation of Councilmember Thorson, and we put that together this winter. It was very well received and looking forward to grow on and build on that in the coming year. Some of the other events that we've got coming up this spring, in the very near future here, May 6th through the 8th, is we're sponsoring a citywide garage sale. Again, May 6th through the 8th. You can register for that event online. There is a $10 fee associated with that. And with that, you'll receive a yard sign, an eco bag from our electric utility department with the LED light bulbs and other energy-saving tips and items in that bag. So it's a very well worthwhile program for that, along with a map and things of the city where the garage sales will be held. So we're really trying to promote that out to our residents. Also, along with that, we're sponsoring a citywide cleanup event that we have not done for a number of years. That will be hosted at our Public Works facility at 2300 North St. Paul Drive, 2303 North St. Paul Drive, excuse me. And we're planning for that on Saturday, May 8th from 8 a.m. till noon. You can bring any of your bulky items or other things that you need to dispose of to that site. Council has set that up event as a free event to North St. Paul residents and businesses. Just need to show your residency and you'll be able to dispose of your items there. We are also, as part of that disposal date, we will also have a shredded event. So any of your documents, that's your sensitive documents that you want to dispose of, you can bring those there and they'll be shredded on site that day. Other events that we're planning, again, we're very hopeful and optimistic with COVID and things lessening there that these events will be able to take place. We're planning a fall Roundup parade. That'll be on September 23rd, Thursday, September 23rd at 6:30 in the evening. That's an annual event. Last year unfortunately we had to cancel that event, but really looking forward to getting some of our events back in place. Again, that'll be Thursday, September 23rd. The Business Association is sponsoring that event in conjunction with the city assisting with supporting that event this year. So many things going on, concerts in the parks and things like that throughout the year that we're hoping to be able to do. Mayor, just looking for a lot of activities to hopefully get back to normal.
Thank you, Scott. We also have a project that's been talked about the last probably 30 years, and that is the Highway 36 and 120 project. You know, that area is a gateway into our city. We have two gateways in our city. One is on McKnight and one is on Century. And I think the council is, you know, it's very important for us that maintains a gateway, and it's going to be a gateway into our downtown. So maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yes, as you mentioned, this is a project that's been going on for years, decades in concept to try to get something done there. It's a very dangerous intersection. It's something that we've been pushing MnDOT to try to take action on for many years. And we're getting much closer, I hope. There's been studies done on the corridor, studies that are in place. We've got a great support from Ramsey County, Washington County, and the cities adjoining. And so we're really pushing forward with that. We also now have our local legislators, Senator Uyghur and Representative Lilly, who are sponsoring a bill for that, and we're really supportive and thankful for that. It's an initiative that we finally have gotten off the ground and appreciate their assistance with it, and we're going to be seeking federal help also to try to move that project along. I believe the estimated cost right now is around $50 million, and that's something that even at this point, it's a project that will be a couple years out if we can get the momentum to get that to move forward. But we're finally in a position, I think, to make that happen, and we have a lot of strong support to do so.
I think if people look at that site over there, the old BP site, the gas station, the city purchased that property. So if people see that the gas station is gone and wondering what's going on down there, it's because the city did purchase it for future use for the Highway 36 interchange. We'd like to add some commissions. As a council, we are looking into forming an arts commission, working to implement a park improvement plan, and investigating ways to improve the city's walkability score while at the same time addressing park concerns downtown, as we have plans to re-engage our Environmental Advisory Commission in probably the next few years or in the near future. If you're interested in working in any of these areas, please watch our website and City News for information. We also have public safety, and maybe you would like to talk a little bit, not only about maybe the cameras, but maybe talk about our police chief too, also retiring, because that's going to be, I think, part of our public safety in the coming future here.
Yes, Mayor, we have a lot of transitional changes coming forward in our police department. Our police chief has announced his retirement. Chief Loff will be retiring the end of May this year. We also recently will have the retirement of Sergeant Lang, who will be retiring officially the end of April. So we have a lot of change in leadership and many years of service with those individuals. So we're continuing to plan and work on replacement of those positions and thank those leaders in the police department for their many years of service with the department and with the city of North St. Paul. Also, as the mayor mentioned, the body-worn cameras is something that we have been talking about for a number of years, and the council has unanimously approved the purchase to move ahead with that. And so we're in the midst of that right now, waiting for equipment to arrive, and then we'll be working on implementation of the equipment and training of our officers and use of that. And it's a valuable piece of equipment that the officers are very much looking forward to having. Provides a very high level of transparency and accountability and just an overall positive piece of equipment for our police department and our citizens. Many other, within the department, within the police department, there's many other updates that we're doing currently with new equipment, police vehicles, things like that, that the residents will see on the street. We've gone a few years without replacement and have now moved ahead with replacing a few vehicles at this point.
I'd like to talk a little bit about welcoming all of our new residents. We have a lot of new housing coming up in the city. And as a council, we're excited to welcome the many new residents who will soon call North St. Paul home. The historical residential growth within our city will bring in several hundred new residents. We hope you're as excited to welcome our newest neighbors as we are. It's one of my favorite jobs is to go out and greet the new residents and to really talk about how we all love the city and how much we like to live here, work here, and play here. So we also understand that the pandemic has brought many challenges to you and your families. The city of North St. Paul continues to look for solutions to help save you time and money. We have temporarily suspended online fees for utility bill payment. Our utility staff are actively helping residents set up payment plans and find other resources to help them. We did not increase the local city tax levy for this year. No increase in city fees for the third year in a row. New financial transparency portal available so you can see where and how your tax dollars are spent by the city. Our finance team continues to be recognized for their best practices in management of the city's bond rating. We continue to develop more online resources to ensure resident access to city services and information. Our police and fire to continue to provide emergency support. Calls for service have increased significantly this past year, but our first responders continue to deliver support to the city residents, businesses, and visitors. And I would say, Scott, that this has been one area that we have really worked hard this past year, and maybe if you want to add anything to that.
Yeah, I think our first responders have done an excellent job. Again, just the critical times and working through COVID and making sure that everybody stays healthy, both our residents and our first responders, has been a very difficult challenge, but our staff and everybody has continued to work through that. And I think that's the biggest issue with this, that our vast majority of our staff live and work here within the city, and they're very committed to providing these services.
The city of North St. Paul has cared for its residents since 1887. That's over 134 years of working together to build our community. As we faced many unprecedented challenges this past year during the COVID pandemic, we'd like to highlight some of the way we work to help our local businesses. With full support from the City Council, the City of North St. Paul issued over $500,000 in business grants to help our local businesses. We're also one of a handful of cities who refunded liquor license to our bars and clubs who were required to close due to the pandemic executive orders. We also worked together to change ordinance to allow outdoor dining, and we continue to work with local businesses through the North St. Paul Business Association. But I'd like to just take a minute in regards to the outdoor dining. I think that's something that's come out of the pandemic, that our food, our bars, our hospitality downtown, we're going to be allowing outdoor patio seating, and you'll see that not only during this pandemic, but I think in the future also. So it's something as a design, or as our design is coming up for the downtown, I think we're kind of figuring out that we are going to have that design into our downtown landscape. And maybe you want to just maybe mention that, because I know you've been working hard on that in the last few months in regards to looking at certain areas that will offer some real nice outdoor seating. So maybe mention that, Scott.
Yeah, Mayor, that's true. The downtown work in and around the new construction, we've taken the downtown sidewalk plan and reviewed that from what was initially proposed, and we've shared that with the downtown businesses, the Business Association, City Council, as much input as possible. And we really found that in last year, putting out picnic tables and helping out our hospitality people in the downtown really provided an atmosphere and appreciation for their businesses down there and the customers alike. So as we move forward with the reconstruction and the new sidewalks and things going in, the plan is to eliminate any permanent structures that were maybe concrete bench seatings and things like that were a permanent structure, to eliminate that type of landscape design, to allow for portable seating and tables and chairs, and also planters, that we can have a very welcoming summer experience in downtown area. And then those items are able to be removed in the wintertime for snow plowing, and it just helps maintain the downtown sidewalks and plowing and things like that in a much cleaner atmosphere and well-received in the summer months, and really look forward to finishing and beautifying our downtown.
If you don't mind, I'll just talk in regards to, I guess one of my most exciting parts of this job has been the last, 10 years on the council and 2 years as mayor. We've been working up towards what Scott's going to talk about here in the next minute here is all of the development that's going on in our city. But working up to that point, I got to give a lot of credit to the Economic Development Authority, the Planning Commission, just the City Council, all the people who have been involved in the last, I would say the last 12 years to bring what's happening now to our city. We're going through something that we haven't seen in well over 50 years. So I'm very excited. I think the city's very excited. I think the staff is very excited. The council is very excited. So what I'd like to do is turn it over to Scott, because he's going to talk a lot about what we've been doing, what's going on. Scott is in the forefront of everything. He's right in the dirt of it all, and it's fun to listen to him talk about it, because there's a lot of passion coming from him and coming from the council. I mean, coming from everybody. It's exciting when I drive through the town every day and I see what's going on with all the development. So Scott, I'd love to have you talk about what's been going on the last year and what's going on in the coming year.
Mayor, I appreciate the introduction. It is something that is really exciting, and I thoroughly enjoy this and happy to be able to bring this to our community, and hope all of our residents will see the benefit to this. I know we do sometimes hear from residents that it's changed, but I think it's also a change for the better and bringing all these new things. And as you mentioned, we've been working on a lot of these projects for years and years, and sometimes wondering if they would actually come forward. And with the work that's going on now and the support of the council, as you mentioned, starting out with the M&I Townhomes, which is on the former Anchor Block site. So the Anchor Block site was basically a 20-acre parcel, which is, for North St. Paul being a completely developed city, to have 20 acres in it is amazing. So with that was the start of the redevelopment of the Anchor Block site. The southern portion of that was the M&I Townhomes, which is consisting of 100 townhomes that started out with a two-phase build, and with the expectation that would probably be something that would go on for maybe 3-4 years to build that out. And very, very happy to report, even going through these difficult times through COVID, which a lot of these projects could have easily stopped, been delayed, or not started at all. And it was very concerning, and we continue to work through these times, but I'm very happy to report, and people can see the activity going on. The M&I Townhomes example, there's 100 units up there when it's completed, and in talking with the developer, and as we're seeing it, that project will be fully built out by this fall. So I would say it's ahead of schedule, and they're building units as fast as they can, and they're being sold as quickly as they're ready. So that's a great thing to see for our community, and a redevelopment of that site. Then we continued on with the northern portion of the Anchor Block site, and that parcel has been sitting, vacant for a decade due to a lot of issues, mostly containing soil corrections and some chemical cleanups and things like that. So council was supportive of staff's desire to purchase that property, and we did so. City purchased the property with a contract for deed from the previous owner. We were able to do so at a low cost to get into it. We moved ahead quickly with doing a site cleanup, soil correction, and making that site ready for redevelopment. And everything worked out very well with that. We were able to split that parcel up into 3 different parcels to accommodate the construction that is going on now in the site. You'll see driving through there was a new road constructed to divide that site up into the parcels. Anchor Drive was added with turn lanes and a traffic signal off of McKnight Road. I want to thank Ramsey County for working with us and the ability to make that happen also. So we knew, again, we have the new Anchor Drive on the northeast corner of the property that is nearing completion is the extra space storage facility. It's approximately 115,000 square feet indoor storage facility, climate controlled. That'll be opening in the soon coming future here. Landscape work and that is working on that site now. Also, directly south of that on the south side of the Anchor Drive is the new Anchor View Apartments that is under construction at this point. You'll start to see that coming up. They've got all their foundation work completed. That is a 128-unit apartment building that'll be going in there. It will occupy the entire south side of Anchor Drive. Then also beginning the end of May, 1st of June, is Quick Trip. Quick Trip will begin construction in the northwest corner of the former Anchor Block site. And with the construction of those 3 sites, that will completely redevelop the Anchor site with the townhomes and those 3 new units going in on that site. So very, very proud of that, of all the work and the nearly $100 million worth of development work going on in the city with the redevelopment of these sites and also the work in the downtown and some of our other developments that are going on. As you mentioned, Mayor, this is something that we've not seen, since probably in the history of our city, certainly of a dollar amount of that invested in the city, and very happy and pleased that these developers and owners have continued to support North St. Paul through the difficult times that we have had with the COVID experience. But things are moving along very well, and we're providing as much support and welcoming to them, those areas as possible. And again, a number of new residents to the community, and we're really looking forward to, as things continue to open up, to welcome those residents firsthand to our community and get them involved in the city also. Continuing with that, we've got the downtown development going on the former City Hall site that had been vacant for 15 years. And really happy with that development. That is another mixed-use development with 89 apartment units in it, with a restaurant location on the end of the building. We're seeking that. We do not have a restaurant located at this point, but we're actively seeking that. And so that's moving along well. The building name is the Sentinel Residence, and I just want to give a little background on the name of that. The Sentinel was chosen as to kind of showcase the history of North St. Paul. The Sentinel was the first newspaper in the city of North St. Paul. And I think it's a very fitting name, as some of the definition to it is standing over and looking at the community. And so I think that's really a statement of a building of that stature in our downtown, and directly across from the post office, another building that we're very proud of, and a historic building in our downtown. So this redevelopment is very effective. We're hearing a lot of comments from people, a lot of people that maybe used to live in the community and are looking to come back as this type of housing is available. So it's filling a definite need. We also have a new townhome and a single-family development going in off of 7th Street, on 7th Street between South Avenue and County Road, or South Avenue and Highway 36 Frontage Road, excuse me. There'll be 18 owner-occupied townhomes and 3 single-family homes that are being built over there on a development in that area. And a lot of new development in and around the downtown, our streetscape on the downtown area that I talked about on the sidewalks, and then also continuing on the project that began last year on 7th Avenue between 1st Street and 3rd Street, with the reconstruction of 7th Avenue and the addition of some center islands that will be planted with plant material and decorative ornamental trees. Sidewalks added on both sides of 7th Avenue for the walkability into the downtown and just overall improvement. So just many, many activities going on, and you know, I would say that this is just a start because all these activities will obviously bring on other needs and improvements in the city. So really looking forward to continue the momentum and welcome our new residents and business owners to North St. Paul.
Thank you. So in conclusion, we're committed to providing you with the information you need. We've worked very hard the last year or so in regards to our website. A lot of effort is going into that so that to drive you to that website. I think that's a priority, has been a priority for us for the last year and a half. And we've got Carrie Urpenbach, who is our communications person who works tirelessly on that. So watch our website, sign up for email and text alerts on our meetings, sign up to receive our weekly city e-news. Reach out to your council members in our commissions. Our council members are here. They're always willing to listen, and they're always willing to listen to your needs. Reach out to city staff. All the city staff is here. They work for you. They're here, and they're here for you. Watch our meetings. Now that we're going virtual for a lot of our meetings, you have the opportunity once this COVID is done to come into chambers here, or you could watch it virtually on our Zoom meetings. Follow us on social media. We're really making an effort to get out there on social media. Also, for me, I meet at City Hall here on the first Monday of every month between 10 and noon. You can come and talk to me, and I usually have one council member with me, and we could have a cup of coffee, and you can talk about things of concern or just talk about good things that are going on in the city. It's always good to hear the good things that are going on. We're committed here to keeping North St. Paul extraordinary. So I would say myself and the City Council, we thank you. We hope that 2021 brings lots of good things that are coming down the road with this pandemic, hopefully ending soon and getting back to kind of our normal that we're used to before the pandemic. So in conclusion, I'd like to thank everybody for tonight and to be safe, and I look forward to 2021. Thank you and have a good night.